Hello, wonderful people of the internet. We are back for round 2 of season 5. We moved from Japan, from Suzuka to Brands Hatch for round 2 of season 5 in tier 2 group 3 racing. And today will be an interesting race, as it is the home race for the home race of ALR. So most of the people, for example, Chills, Black Charizard, Jay O'Leary, Lego Man, Greenwood, Ross, Smells of Funk, Andy Winters, Toronto, are in the home race for today. And to be fair to you, the Ford GT team of Reno and Rosthorn, as you just saw there, they have a custom livery made for Brands Hatch, as it is the home GP for ALR. And today we have 2 streams happening between tier 1 and tier 2. If you guys can hear me, that would be really, really good, if you ask me. Sorry, I do have a bit of a cough, as you can probably tell. Here we go. Wait, did I put tier 1? Oh god. Wait, did I put tier 1 or tier 2? Because if I put tier 1, I will have to change that. Hold on. Right, let's have a look. Because if I put that, I will need to change that really quickly. And that will not be good, as it will get confusing a bit. And it is lights out for the pit stops, and I will quickly have a look if this is my stream actually for tier 1. I was meant to put tier 2, not tier 1. Wrong stream. Sorry guys. So then, there's the Skittles already is on the grass. You see there the beautiful Ford GT Union Jack livery there. And let's have a look. Did I put tier? I did. Quickly change that. Hold on. Is that my stream? It is my stream. Right, I need to change that really quickly, which I will do right now. My fault. It is my fault. Sorry if you are from tier 1 here. I will change that for you right now, as I just did. So we have the Lexus team of Charizard and Geordie in here. We got Chills with who I forgot who his teammate is. I actually forgot who his teammate is. Juno is his teammate. You got the Supra of Andy Winters. As I said, the full GT. Oh, there it is, in its full glory. You got Skittles in the Red Bull sponsored car. And speaking about sponsors, ALR is now sponsored. If you haven't heard, I'll take a break for a second here, as you guys can watch the leader here, Black Charizard, at the moment, as he's now leading. However, let's take a second to tell you about the sponsor of ALR, and it is Aniba, Aniba.com. They have cheap PSN vouchers, Xbox vouchers, and PC vouchers, or / Steam vouchers, which will actually help out ALR and everything like that. So if you're looking for cheap and reliable PSN codes, Xbox voucher cards, head over to aniba.com to get yourself a little discount, which will help ALR in the future, and probably upgrade our streaming and everything like that. So big thanks to Aniba for sponsoring ALR, and we are looking forward to working with you. like the commentators, the stewards, the helpers, and obviously the admins themselves. And so yeah, big thanks to you lot. And let's get back to the action here as sponsor break is over. We have Black Charizard on provisional pole with a 125.2 so far, as he is on soft tyres. Andy Winters on mediums, as we see Greenwood there in the grass a little bit. Lego Man is now on provisional pole, as he did take it by 1/10. Garrett in the Supra as well, so it's a Supra 3-4. Garrett is improving a lot since Suzuka, that's for sure. Reno is now up into third, so it's now Suzuka 4-5. Skittles down in 6th, as he has been doing a little bit of practice with the rest of the ALR team, with the likes of httpPyro and AR Skater, I'm pretty sure. So he's definitely been doing some bit of practice there. We got Jay Leary in the McLaren 7th fastest. Smells of Funk as well in the McLaren livery, down in 8th. As well, Geordie not looking too good, as he is in 9th. He's hoping to improve on that 127.0. Toronto in the Jaguar, in the Union Jack livery as well, is hoping to improve on that 127.2, as Andy Winters is now on provisional pole with 124s. We are now in. And also, let me just quickly tell you guys that Tier 1 is also being streamed as well. So if you guys are interested, as we see Skittles there in the gravel, just chilling, just chilling there. So yeah, he's just. Oh, we got Geordie in the gravel as well. That turn 1 is a horrible turn to take on this game, that's for sure. Ross with a 3-second time, as the drivers have 6 minutes left of qualifying. Chill's F1 isn't having the best day, that's for sure. Juno's still in the pit lane. Lego Man is 2/10 up on his time, as he did set the 2nd purple sector. So we could see Lego Man on provisional pole maybe, as Charizard is struggling to find grip around here, as he could potentially be on a time to get provisional pole once again, and maybe, is it going to be? It is going to be by 4/10, what a lap by Charizard, as Lego Man is being stuck behind Ross. That's going to ruin his lap completely, and that's going to be unfortunate for Lego Man, as he was on track to get provisional pole for now, as we see a Ferrari there. I don't know who, as that is the first Ferrari I saw. It is AG Skater in the Ferrari, the Scuderia Ferrari there. So that's the first Ferrari I've seen in ALR anyway. As Geordie starts another lap. Greenwood down in 12th, so he's not going to have a good day at all today. Ross not having a good day either, looks like, as he's struggling to find the grip. Chill's F1 isn't having a good day either, as the Mazda is rapid, but I don't think it's going to be too fast around the track of Brands Hatch anyway. Charizard might probably go even quicker again, as he is. Oh no, never mind. He heads into the pit lane as Andy Winters now starts another lap. He is 4/10 down. He will be hoping to improve on that. Lego Man, potential provisional pole maybe, as he rounds the last bend. He hits the gravel and he spins, somehow saves it, does a nice 360 there, as we see Rostom possibly on for a good lap? No, he cannot improve at all on his lap, as we see Lego Man there in the gravel. Good stuff. Lego. Right. Let me quickly. Oh, no, never mind. Double that. Let's have a look. Righty then. Toronto on his outlap. Smells of fun going through the second sector. Just going through right now. 4/10 improvement, so that's huge for him. As he is in the 25s at the moment. Can he improve on it? That's my question. He was a good driver in Tier 1. He was actually keeping up, so I'm very surprised they actually demoted him into Tier 2. As he rounds off the third sector, as we see Ross in the gravel there. And Ross definitely hasn't been doing any practice on this track. As Smells of Funk does 6/10 quicker. As we see AG Skater as well in the gravel. And I don't think that is provisional pole, but that is going to put him up to 7th place here at Brands Hatch, as Lego Man is still in the gravel. Greenwood as well in the gravel. Now having a gravel party there. Toronto half a second penalty as he rounds the penultimate corner on the last straight before the last bend. And I don't think he's going to improve, as the drivers have only 30 seconds left of qualifying. And is he going to make it? No, he stays 8th. Skittles is having a good day today, as he is in 9th. As he's been doing quite a lot of practice actually with some of the guys. As Chill sets the first purple sector in the Mazda. The Mazda Group 3 car, which I actually don't know the full name of, but let's see what he got in store for us in Sector 2, as he goes nearly 3/10 quicker. Welcome guys to the Tier 2 stream, as there are 2 streams happening in ALR, as we see someone in the gravel, and it is Ross. As Chills ruins his lap. Maybe, but I think he saved it, as he has gone 5/10 quicker than his fastest lap, but I'm pretty sure that's going to be reduced now to 2/10, or even slower, as he hit the gravel trap on the exit of the second penultimate corner. But no, he goes a second quicker. That puts him up to 7th. And it is the end of qualifying, and it is Charizard on pole, with Andy Winters filling up the front row, with Garrett and Lego Man on the second, Jay Leary with Smells of Funk, the McLaren third row lockout, Chills F1 with Toronto fill out the 4th, Skittles Geordie the 5th row, AG Skater with Greenwood the 6th. Ross is not having a good day at all, and Juno filling out probably the last row, as Reno did set a good lap, I'm pretty sure, and he's probably somewhere up there around the 2nd or the 3rd row, as hopefully the game doesn't glitch me out, please. Right then, sorry about my nose. As we head into the sprint race for Brands Hatch, and the 5 lights are about to be out, and it's lights out and away we go. We got a false start for Skittles, and it's probably a false start for one of the Lexus teams, as Black Charizard gets a perfect getaway, same as Reno, as he gets himself a couple positions off the start. We got Andy Winters in 3rd, with the Supra of Garrett as well in 4th, which is a Supra 3-4, and I'm pretty sure Greenwood had a very good start as we see a Master blow up his engine. Greenwood with a beautiful start as well from 12th to 8th now, as we see AG Skater in the grass as he tried to go 3 wide into turn 4. But it's very unfortunate for him as he did lose a couple of positions there. We got Judo at the back of AG Skater right now, and Jay O'Leary as well trying to fight him. Rosthorn in 13th, Chills. Skittles with a brilliant qualifying for him. He loses a lot of positions. As we see here for fight for first, we got Reno versus Black Charizard. Charizard versus Reno going through the penultimate corner here, as we will finally round off lap 1, which was a beautiful start from all of the drivers as Garrett does hit the grass on the exit of the penultimate corner. Toronto probably might go for the attack on Garrett, hopefully, as they round the last bend to round off lap 1. Not many position changes at all, as maybe Greenwood might lose a couple of positions to AG Skater, and Smells of Funk as well, as we go into lap 2 into turn 1. Smells of Funk thankfully holds position as we go into well, the second turn. Smells of Funk trying to hold his position as AG Skater is on the attack constantly. And no moves happen, but someone is in the gravel. I don't know who it was, but I'm pretty sure it was Judo who was in the gravel there. As Black Charizard has extended his lead to nearly a second on Reno. But other than that, not many position changes will probably be here, as this is basically a VTEC version of Monaco in F1. So you don't really have too much opportunity for overtaking. As we got a spinning car of Toronto, I'm pretty sure, as we do. And he had a nightmare on the exit of turn 7. And he's down in 14th. As thankfully I did capture that. But Reno is now on the attack as well, and the gap is so massive between 3rd and 4th, as it is 4 seconds between the top 3 and 4, as Lego Man tries to hold off Geordie, as Geordie is on the attack and trying to make a recovery drive back into the top 4, so that the Constructors title could still be alive, as we are still in the early stages, but it could still be well, they are still fighting for it, as Lego Man is at the front of the battle for 4th fight so far, as the top 3 right now are in a league of their own, as I can tell they've been practicing this track a lot, judging from how big the gap is. And let's just stay on them for a little bit, as Andy Winters tries to go on the inside of Reno, going too wide, as Andy Winters makes the move happen. And he picks himself in position going into turn 7, now into turn 9, as the right-hander wants a turn, and Andy Winters with a massive lead, he's ruined it in the gravel trap, as he loses all his positions, and that is a reset to track. So that's going to have to be, well, that's going to have to be reported by me, as you are not allowed to do that, I'm pretty sure. Reset back to track. And Ross versus Toronto here, as let's go back to the front of the grid, where it's Reno versus Charizard. However, the gap is 1 second. Maybe Reno could make something happen here. Going into the 4th turn, as we got a spinner again somewhere, and I see that there was a reset to track there. Again, loads of people are resetting back to the track in this race, and that's not really, well, that's not really good for it, as Garrett tries to go on the attack on Chills, but it doesn't happen into turn 4. As Skills picks himself a goal position, and Andy Winters, he was at the front, now he's at the back, so it was probably Toronto who's the spinning car. But the gap is now less than a second between Reno and Charizard, so they're going to be competing for the win here. Legoman tries to catch up with them as he is at the Mazda Azengo, something like that. I don't know the actual name. As Jordy is now up into 4th. Greenwood, driving drunk, is 5th. Somehow. I'm only joking. AG Skater in 6th. As we had a spinner there, sorry I wasn't commentating, my sister just came into the room, and we did have someone in the gravel trap. I don't know who it was, as we do have yellow flags up ahead. I don't know who for though, but Reno is finally at the back of Charizard, as they are only 5/10 within each other, and they are both on the soft tyres. And what did I just do? What did I just do? As Reno is finally fully at the back of Charizard now, as I got interrupted again, and Legoman is slowly catching them, as the softs are starting to wear out really quickly, and looks like it was the medium tyre which is the best for this track, as we are only 7 minutes in, and there is still another 6 minutes or something to go. No, 8 minutes, sorry, as I can't count. And Reno tries to go on the inside line of Black Charizard, maybe at the turn 2, but Charizard thankfully holds his line and defends Reno, and well, saves himself from being overtaken, as we see Legoman trying to chase them down. And I will need a drink very soon, as they go nearly side by side, going into turn 4 between Reno and Charizard here, as they are battling it out for first, as we see Legoman there in the background of Reno's car, and there he is. Legoman, you can see them in the distance as he is catching them, and he is the fastest man on track so far. Jordy cannot keep up at all with Legoman's pace. Greenwood is slowly catching up to Jordy, as he did hit the grass, same as Chills, but he thankfully keeps it on track somehow. The McLaren team of ALR and Smells of Funk 8-9, Andy Winters is making a recovery drive after following well, spinner into the gravel, and Juno might go, well, he was thinking of making a move on Andy, but he said no, not today. AG Skater narrowly escaping the grass, as we will go back to the front, as Legoman has finally caught up, and Reno is now in the lead. I don't know when he overtook. As Charizard might even go for the move on Reno, going into turn 4. Even Legoman has the potential to even win this race now, as Charizard tries to go on the inside of Reno on the out, and it's not going to happen for Charizard at all. The Lexus man has to stay in second for now, as Reno leads this the sprint race so far. Charizard cannot keep up on his softs, as the softs are wearing out really quickly on this track, and Reno actually tyre saved a little bit, as he's on par with Legoman's tyres so far. As we head into the penultimate corner of lap 7 between these three drivers, Reno has the potential to still win this race, as there are only 6 minutes left. Well, 5 now remaining in this race, and Reno has a firm lead. Well, he has a firm lead on this sprint race, and Charizard has to defend now from Legoman, as he is closing in very rapidly, as he is only 1 second behind Black Charizard. And Charizard tried to hold on to second as he tries to get close as possible to Reno here in going into turn 2, now turn 3, as he is 4 seconds, now 3 seconds behind, Jesus Christ, 3 tenths, now 5 tenths behind Reno here, as he tries to go exactly the same way on the inside, but it just doesn't happen, as Lego Man is, well, he's reduced his, well, he's behind him now for nearly a second, as he is decreasing that, well, that time into 5 tenths now, as he did hit the grass there a little bit. And Black Charizard just cannot keep up in the 3rd sector at all. As we go into the 4th sector, I'm pretty sure. Lego Man hitting the grass there a little bit. But these 3 drivers are literally within 2 seconds of each other. Yeah, literally, well, a second actually. So the battle's closer than you think. And will we see a new winner in Season 5 of Reno? Potential is there, as he is, well, nearly 3 minutes away from winning this race, as Lego Man tries to go on the inside of Black Charizard, and he cannot make the move happen for him, as Black Charizard does get closer to Reno, and Lego Man has to, well, he has to try and catch up to Black Charizard again, as the gap is again nearly 1 second. Black Charizard just too far away from Reno to make the move happen for him, as he does try to get close as possible to Reno, as I'm starting to lose my voice a little bit, as these 3 drivers just keep going at it and at it and at it again, going into turn 5 now. Black Charizard and Reno Lego Man. Now, no, turn 5. This is turn 6. Now turn 7. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, turn 7. Yeah, I thought so. This is turn 8. As they are literally 6 tenths within each other. What is going on? These 3 drivers are probably going to be competing for the title this season, that's for sure, as Bugatti has been promoted back to Tier 1. So he's not going to be racing with us anymore in Tier 2, as the gap is only 5 tenths. And Lego Man with the slipstream goes around the outside of Black Charizard, hoping to make something happen as Black Charizard Jesus, I'm starting to lose my voice. As Black Charizard tries Jesus Christ, I nearly choked. As Black Charizard is nearly completely gone with his tyres, as they are halfway, as Reno had to use all the curb there on the exit of turn 3, and Black Charizard on the inside line maybe might take the lead, but no, he doesn't. He stays behind Reno. Lego Man still hasn't overtaken Black Charizard, as his mediums are literally brand new nearly compared to both of their tyres anyway. Black Charizard is holding on for his dear life right now, as the drivers are literally within 4 tenths of a second. Black Charizard somehow still holding on in second, as Lego Man hits the wall, and he's completely gone in contention of winning this race. Black Charizard and Reno have, well, they're the only ones who can possibly win this now, as the clock will nearly hit. Lap 11 will be the last lap of this race, and Jordy is now a bit to 3rd, as Lego Man dropped out to 6th. Reno, Black Charizard within 2 tenths now. Black Charizard has to make everything count here, as he's trying to get the slipstream of the Ford GT in front of him. Reno hitting the gravel, and he's gone completely. He's out of contention of winning this, and it's going to be a Lexus 1-2 at this point if Jordy can hold on. There's been so much drama between Reno and Lego Man at the front of the pack, as we see Greenwood hitting the grass. And what has happened here, as we hit well, time red, or the clocks hit red at this point, And it's probably going to be a Lexus 1-2 at this point as Reno tries to attack. Jesus, as they go send spinning. And Garrett is going to get the last podium position, as that's going to be reported, that's for sure. Reno, in the matter of seconds, he's been dropped down from first to ninth, following an accident and a spinner. And Black Charizard is going to be celebrating this as a massive dub for him as he wins the sprint in Brands Hatch. Geordie coming in a 1-2 for the Lexus team. Garrett filled out the podium. Lego Man on a recovery drive as we see ALR there in 5th. Greenwood in 6th. Following the massive spin between him and Reno. Chills finishes in 7th. Smells of Funk in 8th. Reno in a possibility to win this race, dropped down to 9th. Juno in 10th. Andy Winters 11th. Ross Form in 12th. And I don't know the rest as I need to take a drink at this point. And there you go, Black Charizard on pole and winning the race. And I need a drink at this point because oh my lord. And what an exciting race we had there. Jesus Christ. Wow. That was an exciting race. Wow. That was really exciting to watch and commentate. Sorry, I was just having a quick drink there after the sprint commentary. And all I will say is that, well, it's all been kicking off. It's all been kicking off in the Discord server, especially in the tier chat. But the incident between Greenwood and Reno, that's going to be, well, reported to the stewards at this point, as I'm trying to keep you all updated at this point. And looks like Reno has changed the settings again for some reason, as Toronto has now left the room. I don't know what's going on. Jesus. So yeah, people are not happy. Well, most of them anyway. I would say so. I would say so. Yeah, it was a good race. It was a good race. Well, from my point of view anyway. Well, I was mainly focusing on at the front because that's the one thing you really want to watch. Not the middle of the pack anyway. So, but yeah, other than that, yeah, I would say it was a very I would say it was an entertaining race. Righty then. So one-shot quali. As Skittles is the first one out. Skittles McNasty is out first. Garrett second. Rossform straight into the gravel trap. Never mind, it is now Andy Winters, Chills, Lego Man, Ross, Skater, Joe Leary, Geordie up next, Reno up next. Who's going to be out next out of these four drivers? As we got Juno back in the lobby, as Toronto is up next. Charizard on softs. That's going to be interesting. And let's see who's going to be next out of these three drivers. Let's see. It's going to be Juno up next to be released from the pit lane. Greenwood, Smells of Funk are last. And I will let you guys know when they go out. As we see Skittles McNasty on medium tyres to set a lap time on them. As he finally starts off his lap, and Smells of Funk has just been released at the wrong time. The wrong time! Garrett second, Andy third, Chills fourth, Ross fifth, AG Skater sixth, Joe Leary seventh, Lego Man eighth, Geordie ninth, Reno 10th, Toronto 11th, Charizard 12th, Judo 13th, Smells of Fun 14th, and Greenwood is just coming out of the pit lane. And Skittles on his out lap. Sorry, his qualifying lap. Well, all of them except for Smells of Funk and Greenwood. And Skittles doesn't seem to be that quick around here, as Garrett is very quickly approaching him. And that's going to ruin the pole's, well, lap time. As he's in the gravel and he's into the wall. He's gone. Probably last or something. Thankfully he had a massive gap between him and fourth, which didn't ruin anyone's lap. Skittles is going to be the first man to complete his lap, as he did hit the grass there a little bit. Rounds off the last corner and he approaches the line to set a time of a 1:27.8. Andy Winters a time of a 1:26.5. Garrett 1:32. Chills F1 up next across the line. He can only go second quickest. Leary up next, setting a time. Provisional pole for him so far. Lego Man up next across the line as he goes provisional pole. Ross form last. Geordie in fifth. Right, let's have a look. I completely lost. Skater in ninth. Toronto up next. Provisional pole for him, as that it looks to be good. And I don't know where he will be. He'll probably be in like 7th. Black Charizard up next across the line as Toronto came in 5th so far. Black Charizard on time to beat provisional pole, as he is on provisional pole once again for the race, as Juno is about to set a time as he rounds the penultimate corner, and he's going to be somewhere probably in 10th, as Juno is in the gravel And where is he going to end up? Probably 10th, 9th. Looks like. As we got Greenwood and Smells of Funk to complete their times. And I don't know where Reno placed, actually. And let's have a look. Sorry about that. And Greenwood's going to be the first man to get his lap time done before Smells of Funk, and I don't think that will be provisional pole for him. However, Smells of Funk has time for provisional pole. It's not going to be. It's going to be Black Charizard again on pole by 5/10. Jesus. By half a second of of the rest of the grid. Lego Man fills out the the front row. Geraldary in third. That's going to be a very good qualifying position for him, as Andy Winters in fourth. Chills F1 in 5th, Greenwood 6th, Toronto 7th, Geordie in 8th, as we have a rolling start in the feature race. And there's probably going to be moves happening going into turn 1. And as they all start to, drive in a straight line, straight to the line, it's going to be lights out and away they go. Right now, as everyone tucks in behind each other to get the slipstream, is going to be Andy Winters to be the first man to make a move on Geraldary, as he wasn't protecting his inside, the inside line, as Chills F1 might even go for the move on Geraldary as well, and it will be successful, and Geraldary loses 2 positions in 2 turns, in 2 corners. That's not good news, and he hits the grass again, I think. As Reno as well, Reno has to take even more cover than usual, as we see here, and Reno on the outside of Geraldary will pick up another position, and Geraldary has lost 3 positions, probably 4 right now. No, he keeps sick. 3 positions in 1 lap, as we see here, going more towards the back of the grid. Smells of Funk and Skittles had a collision with each other, and we see here Garrett versus Greenwood, as Garrett is now 10th, so he must have lost a couple of positions, and Greenwood drifts the penultimate turn, and he's now in 9th, as he's getting attacked by Garrett on the outside. Switch back to the inside, as now Juno might go for the move on Garrett. We see here as they cross the line, literally side by side, and Juno has the inside line going into turn 1. Garrett on the outside. Will Garrett hold his own position? And Juno hits the grass a little bit, and Garrett will keep his position in 10th for now, as he hits Greenwood's rear bumper of the Jaguar, which will cost them a little bit of time, but that won't matter, as for now we see here as we move a little more forward towards the front of the grid, we got Reno and Geraldary going at it, as well as Chills and Andy. Lego Man, he's on fresh mediums, but Charizard is on fresh softs, so he's going to pull away very quickly, and he's going to have to pit very early as well if he wants his strategy to work, as Lego Man is on the medium tyres, and that will be a massive disadvantage if anything. Andy Winters has a nice secure place in 3rd, same as Chills. Reno and Geraldary maybe going at it again, going through the start finish straight, and maybe Geraldary might go on the... No, will he stay behind? He will stay behind Reno for now. I'm a little more calm on this one, because the feature race is always quite boring, and Juno hits the grass again, as he might go for the move actually on Greenwood, maybe. As I tried to hype that up a little bit too much. But it doesn't work out for him, as we see AG Skater here trying to keep up with both Judah and Greenwood, and well, looks like Skater had to use the grass there, as Judah and Greenwood are going at it. Same as Geordie, Jesus, side by side between Garrett and Toronto as they go through turn 5. Literally side by side, and they're still side by side going into turn 7, but Garrett's in the gravel and he's dropped down 2 positions, now 4 positions, nearly 5 positions, as he was fighting against Toronto. And wow, that's going to be a nice Twitter clip there. As not much is happening at the moment in this race so far, as Skittles is very far behind from the rest of the pack. Charizard, Legoman, Andy Winters all have a nice gap to each other, as Legoman does set the first purple sector of lap 4. Chill's F1 also has a nice little gap to 5th, as Reno and Giuliani are still going at it. They've been going at this since lap 1 of this race. So that's something. And Reno actually sets his first purple sector as well by 3/10 of the second, compared to Legoman, which is only 2.5. As he loses all that time somehow. And not too much, well, they're still going at it, but other than that, as we got a spinner of Chills at the front, and now it's a three-way fight for 4th, as Reno has to take the grass, and it'll be Giuliani, Reno and Chills fighting it out for 4th, as we got Chills F1, Reno and Giuliani going at it. Battle for 4th here, as it is for quite high points as well, as the feature race does give you more points than the sprint, obviously, as it is a longer race. And Chills somehow is holding on to the pressure that Reno is given, as he is on the hard tyres, but they're all on the hard tyres, and Giuliani's on softs, and he can't get past Reno, who's defending for his absolute life here, holding his own. And looks like Chills F1 is going to pull away from both Reno and Giuliani, as Giuliani is finally side by side with Reno here, going into turn 5, now turn 6, as they go side by side into turn 6 here, and unfortunately they couldn't carry that on, unfortunately, but it will just make the battle a little more interesting, and they did go side by side going into turn 6, as we see here as well. Toronto, Geordie and Garrett slowly joining in on the party for battle for 4th, as Garrett tried to make the move on Geordie here, but it just didn't seem to happen, as Chills has lost a lot of positions in one turn. Jesus. My voice is literally going. But now it's a 5-way fight for 4th, as we see here Reno has taken 4th, Giuliani is now 5th, Toronto 6th, Geordie in 7th, Garrett in 8th. Garrett might go for the move on Geordie, but he refused to do so, as Geordie did have the inside line, protected his line on the inside, and he will keep 7th for another day, as we see Greenwood and Chills there at the background, and Toronto had to take a little more curves, same as Greenwood there, and Garrett maybe, no, as Toronto did go a little wide, and Garrett gains 2 positions in one turn somehow. That was a little feisty move there from the Polish driver there, as Toronto and Geordie definitely would expect that, as Toronto tries to go back at Garrett, but it just doesn't seem to happen for him at all, as we see Chills there in the background hitting the grass again, as Jordy cannot get past Toronto at all here, and it will just allow Garrett to just pull away, and it will mean that it will be a three-way fight again for fourth, as it is already, well, it's nearly a five-way fight. Wait, hold on, wait. We got Reno, Gialeri, Garrett, 4, 5, 6, 7. We nearly have a 7-way fight for fourth. And Juno will probably nearly be in this fight very soon as they carry on fighting here. And, well, let's move to this kind of shot, because that's going to be a good shot here. As Toronto defends his line from Geordie. Geordie tries to go at the outside of Toronto, but he doesn't. Geordie tried to make a move there into turn 3, but that is no move can happen in there unless you actually force it. But other than that, you cannot make the move there, as Gialeri, well, is only 2 tenths behind RenoKing here, one of the admins of ALR Racing in GT7, and he's in 4th. Like, he's doing a good job, as Andy Winters is very lonely here in 3rd. Lego Man versus Black Charizard could happen very soon, as Charizard is quickly losing grip on those softs. As I did say, the soft will not last too long on this track, as it is, well, it is wearing out the tyres very quickly. And why did I do that? So the battle could soon happen there, but let's go back to this fight here. Battle for 4th between 7 drivers, nearly. From 4th all the way down to nearly 10th. As Juno closes in to make it nearly a 7-way fight very soon. Well, it's battle for 8th, but Geordie and Gialeri finally making a move into turn 2. That was a bit nice move there from Geordie, as he picks up a position on Toronto, on Gialeri, sorry, as Gialeri is quickly losing grip on those softs compared to the hard tyres of Reno, Toronto, Geordie, and probably Chills as well, who will be approaching very quickly as well, as Gialeri keeps losing grip on those softs, and unfortunately he cannot keep up with the pace of the rest of the drivers. And let's have a look back at the front of the grid, as they are only 4 tenths within each other. Lego Man finally on the back of Charizard, as Charizard lost a lot of time, as he did have nearly a 4-second lead here at the start of the race. Within like 5 laps he gained 4 seconds, but within 4 laps as well, nearly 5, he's lost those 4 seconds, as Lego Man has all the right to go for the move, and my screen just glitched massively, and Charizard somehow keeps the lead here. Lego Man, good that he did actually attack the position here, as that would have been very risky for Lego Man to go for the move, as he loses all that time and he hits the wall on the outside of turn 4, and that gives Charizard some breathing room to pit stop and actually don't lose too many positions. And that's a massive blow for Lego Man, and he could have been leading this race by now. That is very unfortunate, to get on the grass on the at turn 4 and bid it completely, and Andy Winters picks himself a free position because of it. Toronto is now on the back of Lego Man as well, and Andy Winters, when Charizard pits, he's going to be in the lead of this race, as he doesn't pit still, as we've now done 10 laps, 13 minutes gone. And as you can tell, he is losing a lot of time on those softs, as Andy Winters just cruises through those corners. as Skittles has already been lapped. Let's have a look further down the grid as Chills versus Reno is now happening. And I don't know where all the viewers have gone, but alright. So Chills and oh my god, I keep pressing that button. Chills and Reno are going at it slowly there, as Greenwood versus Judo is happening as well in the background there. You see here, as you see Chills with a half a second penalty, which he will have to serve near the end of this lap, which will give pretty much Reno a free chance to attack the Mazda driver here. And Geordie versus Toronto is also happening on the track as well. But other than that, it's pretty much just fights everywhere. For once, there's actually fights somewhere everywhere, as Black Charizard finally pits for new tyres. I don't know which tyres are going to be put on. All I know is that he will be refueling, and Andy Winters takes the lead of this race. Lego Man in second, Toronto now in third, Geordie in fourth, RenoKing in fifth, Chills versus Greenwood 6-7, Judo and Judo Black Charizard 8-9, and JLary AG Skater in 10-11, as JLary hit the gravel there a little bit. But that shouldn't matter too much, as Black Charizard is now out of the pits and has refueled his whole tank. So maybe he could be going to the end of this race, as there are only 25 minutes left to go. I don't know how many laps that will be. I think it will be somewhere around 30 something laps. That's for sure. As Judah is now, he's fighting Greenwood here. As let's have a look at the Reno versus Chills battle here, as it seems to be closer than Greenwood versus Judah. What happened to my screen? Yeah, there we go. Let's have a look. So Chills versus Reno, they're close, but I think Greenwood. Hold on, they're literally exactly the same. So I have to keep an eye on both of them. As we see here, Greenwood versus Judah and Chills versus Reno as they start lap 12 as they cross the line. Heading into turn 1, Judah will not go for the move on Greenwood yet, but Reno and Chills tries to go around the outside of Reno, but that doesn't seem to work for him, as Toronto and Geordie are also going at it. So we got 3 fights to look out for here in Tier 2 feature race in Brands Hatch. Here, if you didn't already know the track, and we got Charizard versus JLary happening there in the background. As there's just fights everywhere. Reno versus Chills, nearly a second of each other, so it's going to be Greenwood and Judo for battle for 7th, and I'm pretty sure Geordie and Toronto are also going to be going at it very soon, as they are only 6/10 within each other. Reno and Chills is slowly catching up to Reno, as he is nearly half a second. He's Jesus. Reno's been making too many mistakes, which allowed Chills to get close to him, too close. That it will gain him a free position. Well, it will gain him a position. Reno tries to go back at him as they go side by side across the line to round off lap 12 into lap 13. Reno holds position in 4th, and Chills unfortunately made a mistake here, as we see Lego Man finally pitted, and the Sabres. Wait, what happened to? Oh, we got a car in the gravel. Wait, what happened to? Hold on. I was about to say, where's Toronto? So Andy Winters has a 13-second gap, so I think that'll be enough to be 5th, I think. As we see here, we got Skittles there at the front of those two cars, as Toronto and Geordie here are still fighting it out for battle for second. Reno and Charles are going at it as well, and Legoman has now caught up to them as well, as he has a 3-second time penalty for probably corner cutting, and that is a massive time difference, as he has to slow down in literally half the time. Chills and Reno will go at it again for 4th, and Legoman will probably be dropped down to 8th, I think. Greenwood overtakes Lego, yep, and there it is. So Legoman actually didn't lose too many positions, as Black Charizard lost a lot of time on those softs, so that will cost them a lot, as Legoman tries to go the inside of Greenwood, going into turn 2. Greenwood holds position on the outside of turn 2 somehow, as Legoman has to stay for 7th. What a defensive masterclass this was from Greenwood, as he made a massive mistake, allowing Legoman to go side by side with him, going into turn 4, as Greenwood again tries to hold position, as we need to keep looking at this fight, as Legoman actually gains the position finally on Greenwood, as Greenwood will try to get the slipstream of that Mazda car, going into turn 6 here. This is a good Twitter clip, that's for sure again, and it will allow Legoman to gain a position on Greenwood. What a fight this was from turn 2 going into turn 4, as they tried to go side by side completely. Charles and Reno here, as Andy Winters finally pits for a brand new set of medium tyres, I think, or he will stay on those hards from now, as Toronto and Geordie are going to be 1-2, as they've been fighting it out for nearly 7 laps now, as Reno and Chills gain up 3 positions as well, Legoman and Greenwood as well. I'm pretty sure Charizard will also pick up a 3 position also, which is no surprise, as Legoman is on soft tyres, which is not ideal, as he will have to make another pit stop, and we see Skittles there in the background, well, on the grass, which is not ideal if you're Skittles, so he's not going to have a good race at the end of this. And we see Chills going too wide, and Greenwood maybe picking up a 3. No, never mind. Chills actually holds 5th, as we got blue flags waving for Skittles here, as they go side by side, going into turn 6 here. Greenwood on the inside, Chills on the out, Chills in the grass, as Greenwood will pick up a position, and Charizard is now on the attack on Chills, as the Mazda driver will now have to hold off the Lexus driver. The 2 Japanese manufacturer cars will have to be against each other here, and well, it's not really good for Chills, as oh my god, I keep doing it, as Chills is on lower tyre grip, as Charizard literally pushes Chills around the track, and he hits the gravel. They go nearly side by side, going into lap 16. Black Charizard will gain a position on Chills, and he's going to be proud of that, as he did hit the gravel a bit, and Chills going back at him, going into turn 2. Charizard has to drift that turn, and Chills will gain it back, as Chills hits down the grass, and Black Charizard will go back at him, going into turn 4, maybe, as this is another banger of a Twitter clip, as Black Charizard tries to go back at Chills, and he does gain the position again. Jesus, that was something special to watch. Position change after position change after position change, as Chills goes back at Charizard going into turn 6, but it cannot happen for him, as we see JLA here at the back watching all this, And let's go back to towards the front of the grid as Legoman is on the attack of Reno, and Reno is closing in on the top two as they are only within 2 seconds of each other between the leader and third. As we see here, Geordie is now up into first, and Toronto takes a trip into the gravel as Legoman is on the inside line of Reno. Legoman versus Reno. Who's going to be second? Is it going to be Reno defending his position, or is it going to be Legoman gaining a position? Reno, is it going to defend? No! Legoman will gain the position as he is on the softer compound. And that was really nice to watch, going through turn 2 side by side. Reno somehow trying to defend with all his power that position, and unfortunately it did not work out for him as Greenwood is being, well, his teammates right behind him. Are there going to be team orders here between Greenwood and Toronto as Charizard and Chills are going at it, as we see ALR there at the background slowly approaching them as he is on the medium compound tyre as well. Smells of Funk in 9th as he is on the hard compound tyre as he's getting attacked by Andy. And I don't know what happened to him, but let's keep a close eye on them as we saw Skittles there as well. Let's have a look. So let's move more closer towards the front of the grid, where Legoman has now overtaken Geordie for the lead here at Brands Hatch, as Toronto finally pits for a brand new set of medium tyres. I think he'll pit for, as Legoman will have to make a 2-stop if he wants this strategy to work. He went from medium to soft, and I think it's going to be a medium soft strategy for him, as I don't know if he'll be able to keep those soft tyres running for another 15 minutes. And he's been on those softs for a good 5 minutes by now. And he is the fastest man on track, as Geordie is only, well, nearly half a second behind him. Reno down in 3rd, so he's doing a good job for the Ford GT team. Greenwood will have to pit soon. Charizard as well, he's pitted earlier, so that's going to be good news for him, as Chills is right at the back of Black Charizard's rear bumper here, as he's using all the curb to get as close to Charizard as possible. As Charizard had to take a little trip through the grass there, as on the penultimate corner, maybe will he get the better exit, and he does get the better exit. Black Charizard does on Chills, as we round off the last turn of lap 18 as we head into lap 19. Chills will head into the pit, and I'm pretty sure that will be a penalty there for Chills, as he had to cut the pit lane line there, as ALR picks up a position on Chills, which will put him into 5th. Charizard is 4th, and Smells of Funk will also pick up a position. Skater as well. Reno out of the pits, as he is now on soft tyres, and he's going to go all the way to the end on these, as I'm pretty sure. So he's going to be the fastest man on track at this point, and he's only fueled up for half a tank, which is very interesting to me. As AG Skater will be the first victim for Reno, I'm pretty sure, as Skater takes the little trip for the grass there on the exit of turn 3. Reno closing the gap very, very quickly, as he is on the softer compound. As you just saw there, he gained 5/10 out on that turn to AG Skater, and he's using all that slipstream, all the straight line speed that the Ford GT has to get as close to the Ferrari man as possible, as Skater had to take a little trip for the grass, and Reno trying to make a move on Skater as quickly as possible so that he can get to the front of the pack, as Geordie finally pits for his pit stop, and he's going to be on the softest compound, I'm pretty sure, at this point. And Black Charizard moves up into the podium spot, and AG Skater takes the trip through the gravel and takes a spinner, and Chills has to slow down there a bit, and he has to let everyone through. which is not ideal for him. As Chills and Toronto are now going at it, as Toronto on the outside has to take the trip through the gravel. And I was not expecting this race to be as entertaining as it is. Reno comes out ahead of Geordie, who is on the softest compound, same as Reno. Will we see a 1-2 again from the Lexus team here? As Reno, well, Skittles has blue flags, again, Smells of Funk on the hardest compound, as he will have to pit very soon here. As I got a lot of messages happening, a lot of messages from the big man himself, called the mighty Iggy, Iggy Piggy, as I like to call him. I don't know why, but I do. As Lego Man still leads this race, he has a 17-second gap, which is nearly a whole pit stop at this rate. So maybe Lego Man will be the third winner of this season, and we could have a third potential winner here, as well as, well, Greenwood will have to pit probably this lap, and Black Charizard will move up the position, and RenoKing is approaching Charizard very quickly, as he has a 15-second gap to catch up on. Geordie versus Reno, Reno versus Geordie, going into turn 2 here, maybe turn 3 for Geordie versus Reno, as they try to battle it out for 4th. As we head into turn 4 of lap 21, we see Andy Winters there in the background on medium tyres. They both overtook him, and Geordie does set the fastest second sector of this race, and maybe they might go side by side going into turn 6, as we just went past turn 5, and Geordie on the inside line of Reno going into turn 6 here. Geordie again going side by side with Reno going into turn 7, as he tries to take the slipstream of that Ford GT here, as Lego Man finally pits for brand new softs, I think. At the front of the grid, Geordie will have to settle in for 5th so far, as people wish that there was DRS at this point, but unfortunately there isn't, as Greenwood. Right, so Lego Man only pitted for brand new softs, and Charizard is now on the back of Lego Man, so Lego Man is going to run away with this completely, as Charizard is on the hardest compound. Reno and Geordie still going at it into lap 22, as they both cross the line at exactly the same time. Heading into turn 2, Geordie, I was thinking that he would go for the inside line, but he settles in still for 4th, as we go into turn 3 here in Brands Hatch, lap 22. Reno and Geordie still going at it, going into turn 4 here, as this is incredible what we are watching right now, as Geordie does hit the grass there a little bit, so it will waste him a little bit of time, and Geordie is on the softer compound, as he did pit after Reno. So at this point, Geordie has the freshest tyre out of these two drivers. They extended the gap to 5 seconds, as these two drivers are not pulling off the accelerator at all. As we head into turn 9 here on lap 22, with only 8 minutes to go, everything is still to fight for, as we see someone just been lapped. I don't know who's been lapped. Oh, Ross has been lapped, as we see here Reno and Geordie still going at it. 2 laps now they've been going at it for, and I don't know what that means, but yeah, this is absolutely mental what we're watching. Going into turn 1, Reno and Geordie still going at it. This is the 3rd lap that they will be going at it this close, as let's just stay on them for a couple minutes left. And what will happen between these two drivers? Will there be a spinner, or will there be someone hitting the wall here, as they both take exactly the same line, exactly the same acceleration, exactly the same braking points, just so that they can keep the distance between each other equal. Jordi is trying to go around the outside of Reno, which doesn't happen. Tries to go for the inside line now, heading into turn 7. Reno cuts him off, going on the grass just to cut him off. Jordi is now 5 tenths behind Reno, as he couldn't keep up a little bit, as he did gain time there. On the exit of the penultimate corner, as we head into the last turn of lap 23, they are still only 4 tenths within each other. Jesus, what will happen between these two? At this point, Jordi he takes a wider line compared to Reno. Reno trying to stay consistent with his where he's braking, with his lines and everything like that, as Jordi tries to keep up with Reno. And at this point, who will be the better man? Will there be a double podium for the Lexus team as there was in the sprint, or will it be denied by RenoKing in the Ford GT, as we head into the last 5.5 minutes of this race? Reno and Jordi still going at it. What is going on? And they still go at it. As let's have a look at this battle between Andy and ALR here, as they head into turn 7, and they got their own little battle. But let's go back into battle for third, as this is the battle that you're probably most interested in. Reno and Jordi and Reno going through the penultimate corner of lap 24, heading towards the last turn now, going towards the main straight, as Jordi was really close to his rear bumper of Reno in the Ford GT. As we head to lap 25 across the start-finish straight, Jordi might go. Thought he was going to make the move here, as Reno defends his line beautifully. As we head into turn 2, Jordi finally going for the move, as he tried to go on the inside of Reno. Reno taking a very wide line, allowing Jordi to take advantage, and Jordi finally makes the move happen for him, as Reno tries to gain the position back going into turn 4, and it doesn't happen for him, as Jordi gains all the advantage, gains the momentum, and it allows him to gain himself a position. And all that fighting literally decreased the gap to the second car, who is Charizard, who has to hold on for another 4 minutes. And these two have to carry on, as Skater has just been lapped here. And Jordi and Reno still going at it within 5 tenths of a second. And that was a beautiful bit of commentary, as Jordi will hit the grass there a bit, and will allow as Jordi hit the grass there a bit, and Reno gains a lot more time to Jordi, as Reno finally through the start finish straight gains a bit of momentum. Through the start finish straight we go side by side, going into turn 1. Jordi tries to defend the position, as Reno gains third again going into turn 2. Jordi tries to go around the outside, tries to switch back to the inside line. It will not work on Reno, as Reno gains into third, and Jordi loses the position who he only had for 2 laps. And Jordi tries to go back at him into turn 4, and Jordi again will pick up the position for third, and it's back to a Lexus 2-3, as Legoman extends the gap to nearly 10 seconds on Charizard. And what is going on between these two drivers? They're in the league of their own at this point, as they head into turn 7. Jordi and Reno, they've been going at it for 6 laps at this point, going into turn 9. They're still 4 tenths within each other. Will these two ever be separated at this point in this part of the race, as we only head into the last 2 minutes of the race? And Jordi, potentially, if he can hold on with his consistency, which we saw in the last season, not in the Group 3 cars, but on the Saturday League. As he heads into the gravel, and it allows Reno to pick up the position as well. I was about to say keep the consistency, but it just doesn't happen for Jordi as Reno picks up the position for free. As Jordi does go into the gravel and Jordi tries to go back at him, but it doesn't happen for him as he tries to take the grass exit, the faster exit, with his with his limitless tires. They both are nearly completely out of fuel. We head into the last minute of the race. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We head into the last minute of the race and they are still going at it. They're within 2 tenths of each other. Turn 7, still. Literally, you can see the bumper on literally right in front of Jordi at this point. Let's go alongside with him. I don't know what camera he's using, probably the cockpit cam. And you can literally see getting as close as possible to Reno as we head into the last 30 seconds of the race. Reno and Jordi have been going at it for 8 laps straight. And they haven't stepped off the accelerator at all at this point. As Charles had lapped AG Skater again. Or he lapped him again. And this is the last lap of this race. And we will see... Will we see a photo finish? And Toronto downwards have been... have all been... have all been lapped, and Jordi will pick up the position into turn 4, and Jordi goes into the grass, and Reno, going into turn 7, will gain 3rd, and Jordi is out of contention for the podium as he tries to stay with Reno as quickly as possible. As we round to the penultimate turn, Lego Man will win the feature race. Charleston will take 2nd, unfortunately, from pole to 2nd. Nearly a good recovery drive as Reno, 8 laps straight on the littlest bit of fuel, will take 3rd away from Jordi, following the mistake that he made into turn 6 as Jalarian Smells of Funk finish 5 and 6, and Chills F1 will be in 7th. As no! Chills will take 6th. Smells of Funk ran out of fuel as Toronto and Greenwood will follow up 9, 10. I'm pretty sure Garrett was 10th, I think. No, it was Andy, and then there was Garrett as well. And then probably Skittles, Skater, Ross, and Juno at the end. And guys, this was a very entertaining round of Season 5. I'm not going to lie. And I want to thank you, the drivers, for making it very entertaining. Especially Jordi and Ross, mostly. More towards the end. And Lord, was that a very good ending to the race. Guys, thank you for tuning in. I don't know how many people tuned in for this race. But yeah, this will be the end of round 2. Hello. I'm not going to shush, as I was commentating. And yeah, I will see you guys in round 3, which will be, I will tell you right now, hold on, which will be... I know it will be somewhere in Europe. I'm pretty sure. I will tell you right now. And we head to... If it wants to load. If it wants to. We head to Monza. So yeah. We head to Monza for the third race of the season, and I will see you. Well, hold on. Let me just quickly. And I will see you guys in Monza for round 3 of